Handi and Shaun, they are meeting up with their people already. It may seem as though what's the name? Shakes, Big Shakes, could not even wait to see his friend Shaun. Big Shakes was among the peeps that actually did support Shaun. According to the fans, they said Shaun supported Shakes when Shakes was in the house. So I think that's why Shakes has to return the favor with his full chest. Even Bella even also rooted for Shaun. It started during the when the show started, they all came out in full for Shaun. So this video of Liquor Rose, yes, Liquor was there. Liquor Rose, Handi, Shaun, and Shakes has been trending on the social space, and of course you guys know Shaun, his movements, Handi must be among, because Handi is just like a family to him. Their friendship is actually a strong one, just like he has a good relationship with Wanni. And also, Chinny has actually brought out this routine for new housemates, newly evicted housemates. She did the same thing for Ben and Chizoba, brought food for them, and now the same thing he did for Shaun and Handi and TJ. She also brought food for them. They were so surprised during their media rounds, and they saw Chinny and she brought the food. I think it may seem as though this food, because it has a name, and I think maybe it's her brand. So she's trying to, directly or indirectly is trying to sell out her brand too. Because if you watch, she would actually show the name of the food, where they prepared, the restaurant that prepared the food. So yeah, this was how Chinny brought food for Shaun, Handi, and TJ. Whichever ways, even if it's her brand or not, it's so thoughtful of her to actually, have them in mind and be like, let me go surprise these people with food. At the long run, it's given that the Ndi pair do not even have issue with anybody in that house. They were literally cool with everyone, there was no problem at all. Now, talking about this, the housemates shared their top moments in the house. I cannot remember TJ's own, but I think he said tax, I think winning the HOH and the kitchen, something like that, preparing food in the kitchen. And then for Handi says the dance challenge is one of her top moments in the house. The parties is one of her top moments in the house, and then the custodian win. Those are the three top moments for Handi. So talking about Handi's interview with Ebuka, let's just discuss a few things about that. Okay, so Handi's spiel about Onyeka. Okay, Ebuka asked Handi if they've actually done something funny, as in Wanni and Handi in the house, maybe by swapping their names or something. And then Handi reviewed and said they actually did it once, and it was for Biggie. I think they needed to take something, and she was supposed to collect, and then she had to swap with Wanni's own and then collect first, and then Wanni used her own to go collect, and Biggie did not get to dictate at all. And Ebuka was like, he was expecting them to actually pull a prank on the housemates so many times by exchanging badge to see if they would recognize if this person is Handi or Wanni. Even I was expecting them to pull a prank on this guy, Shaun. I was expecting them to do something like that for Shaun. Let's see if Shaun truly, because Shaun said during his eviction, Ebuka asked him and said, how can you differentiate those twins? And he said he can. Is in the eyes. So we would have truly confirmed if it's truly in the eyes. They would they would just exchange belts, and then see what will happen. But maybe that never came to mind. And Handi was like, that's one moment they missed in the house. They would have actually, spiced things up by switching bells, but that didn't happen anyways, and it cannot happen because she's out of the house. So yeah, and then there's this interview she was asked about Ruthie, if they are going to have any reconciliation, and then she said no, she didn't say no. Actually, she said maybe if only Ruthie could bring receipts of all of the things she said about them, then probably there might be peace and reconciliation with them. If not, that might never happen. I understand how they feel with some of the things Ruthie spill, And then Ebuka asked her about how she left and the sister broke down, and then she said Wanni is a strong girl. That was what she said. That Wanni is a strong girl, and that she knows Wanni will cope. And then Ebuka said, who are the people you think? Do you think Wanni do not really have close persons in the house? The reason why Ebuka asked her that was because she said when she left, she was like with the mindset that, okay, Shaun is there. Not until she heard Shaun leaving the house too. And she was like, yo, how would Wanni cope when her closest people are no longer in the house? That was where Ebuka showed the question and asked, do you think there are no closest peeps in the house? Because Onyeka stayed with Wanni almost all of the time when she was down, And then she replied and said she felt like the people who Wanni would actually call her closest person, at least small, is the Mbadiwe twins. That she feels like the Mbadiwe twins will actually have her back, you know. But for Onyeka, that their relationship with Onyeka is hot and cold. Like, it's really not, there's something not pure about the relationship, you know. Even Wanni always say that she likes Onyeka, but there's something repelling about her energy, you know. So, and then Ebuka said, why do you have this notion about Onyeka? And then she said it's glaring that Onyeka has actually said things at their back. The parrot spills about Onyeka saying that Wanni is insecure, that there has been a lot of things that would actually make them look at her twice. Even what Kassia also revealed, that even Shaun himself, who is a friend to Onyeka, has also told them to be very careful with Onyeka. So it's very obvious that there is something ick about Onyeka that is not pure. And then she said that imagine, she even told Onyeka something about how Onyeka could actually let Suj tap her backside after knowing that you're friends with Nelly and you could allow her man do that to you. And then Onyeka replied and tell her that herself and Nelly were not really that close as when that thing happened. That was what Handi said Onyeka replied to her. So she felt like Onyeka is not somebody that you can really trust. So from one Handi's end, they like Onyeka, but they cannot trust her, that there's something funny about her. Meanwhile, still talking about Onyeka, Shaun was also asked the question about Onyeka. Shaun was asked about the comments he made. I think he forgot that day, because I remember vividly when I think it was that period when Wanni was still having this suspicion about how Onyeka and Shaun's closeness is. You know, that was the same day Wanni confided in Onyeka. So Onyeka was having conversation with Shaun, telling Shaun that at this point she needs to be careful with the way they speak with each other and all of that. And then Shaun was like, that's, in fact, this thing is enough. Like, at this point, that he can never leave Onyeka's friendship for Wanni's relationship, you know, meaning that he would definitely choose Onyeka's friendship to Wanni's relationship. Now, they asked him, it was a caller who called and asked, and then Shaun denied it and said there is no how he's going to choose Onyeka over his girl, that Wanni is his girl, and in real time, it's Wanni first before any other person. Anyways, the game is the game, by the way. Shaun, for him, said his top moments is Super Commando win, ship with Wanni, Guinness tax win. Oh, is the ship with Wanni for me. I can't wait for them to come and let's see all of the things they are up to outside of the house. You know me, I'm always here post-show. I am not your regular blogger that would actually give gist when the show is on and go off. No ways. We pin, we full ground, we brekete. Meanwhile, talking about Wanni, Wanni bonded with Victoria and Kassia. It was so sweet to see them eat together. I'm like, wow, interesting. They ate together yesterday, and then Wanni was like, you guys have welcomed me to the family. But the cocoa of the matter is, I was thinking this week Wanni is not going to stand. You see this position Suj took. I was thinking nobody would mention Wanni's name because of, you know, the whatever that happened to her. But guess what? Baby girl got 2 nominations. Now, talking about the housemates, Kellyrae and Kassia, you guys know now our HOH, very important HOH. You know, one thing is Biggie gave him the opportunity to enjoy the HOH condo. And guess what? Ever since then, people say they are not going to sleep until they get to see the married couple go into the condo, you know. People felt like they need this private time together because, these people are a actual couple in Papa Ghost's voice. That is Baby Nzanzi housemate Papa Ghost, because Papa Ghost says they are the actual couple, himself and Lerato Modise. So in real life, those people are the actual couple in that house and they need some private time. Imagine having your newly wedded wife with you. You cannot touch her, nothing, and you can see them barely go all of the touchy kind of thingy. It was just few times they did the kissing and whatnot, you know. They don't do it on a regular. So now people felt like when they get into the HOH condo, the first thing they are gonna do is, you know, do some funny movements. But guess what? Hey, wonder shall never end. These two went in after people have been waiting for them to actually make their way to the HOH condo. When they got in, I think it was around 10 p.m. in Nigerian time. So they went in, and the first thing they rush is their what's it called? Small chops. In my mind, I'm like, these people though, is this how you people can? If it's me, I would pounce on the man. I would jump on his body. Like, yo. But the thing is, they went to open their small chops. Kellyrae went to the house to bring plates that they would warm it with, you know. And then they finished warming and they started eating. They started having conversation, and he was like telling the girl, my guy, hope say you know the fear, no worry, if you know still go, so he was like encouraging Kassia not to feel anyhow about the nominations, that she should not worry, that she might not still go, that she should have faith, so Kassia was like, no, I know they really fear, all of those kind of talks, I know they really fear, it's your birthday, I mean, I've been waiting for, so I know they fear, and then he said, are you sure, because your face, you look kind of moody, and then she said no, she's fine. So they even started discussing about their life outside. He said they are gonna move on the island. And you guys know the celebrity. The moment they become celebrity, they feel like mainland no follow again in Lagos. They have to be at the island. So he said he has a lot in store. They were just discussing about how it's gonna be an interesting life outside for them, after this experience. That was all. There was nothing else they did there. And people were like, is this all? They did not even kiss, they did not even hug, nothing. I was just laughing. It may seem as though when they say they are coming to this game to play, they took it personal, because even in their private moments, they would try not be, holding up so tight, as if somebody will open the door on them. Any which ways, guys, that was their first convo. Then before, in the night when they retired to bed, then that's the problem. The camera did not get to show us when Kellyrae went to bed to meet Kassia. I knew when Kassia went to the HOH condo to go sleep, she was literally alone for a while, and then before you know it, the camera ensued on them. Kassia was already on top of Kellyrae. That was the only thing we saw. And it's given they've actually had some intense convo, or maybe I literally kissed, and we didn't see that. Camera did not show us. The only time camera showed us was where they started having conversation already, where the girl was like, they were just talking. Like, it's just like we've talked for a while before the camera could show them to us, So what Kassia even said is, let's pray, meaning that they want to retire to bed, that they've spoken enough. Even Kellyrae even asked her again, if hope she's not scared about Sunday. That was the convo they had. So fans were like, camera, no serious, no show us anything. In my mind, I'm like, camera, you can't blame the camera men. The one they showed us when they went in first, did they do anything? Like, they still have the whole week to spend there. They don't need to rush things. Now in wife, last, there is nothing to rush there, That's what people need to understand. All right, this is coming from Rainy Zion. The way Kellyrae and Kassia are sounding, and with Kassia lying on his chest, is giving we had a good time already. Kayode refused to show us. Now they want to pray and sleep. Like I told you guys, people felt like they did not show us the actual content that happened. Coming from Sally, I just saw a tweet about how Wanni would have cooked for the whole house to celebrate Shaun if he was in the house and secured a spot in the finale. You all leave my girl, please. But forget it though, Wanni took care of Shaun in that house. Like, she's a sweet girl. She's somebody that will take care of her man very well. It's just in her. Like, even she started complaining, who will I prepare breakfast for? This guy, OC, was like, no, Kassia was like, I would, no, not Kassia, sorry. Victoria said, I would eat and Shaun will feel it. And then OC was like, me and Ozzy would eat and Handi will feel it. I started laughing. I'm like, you see, things that people felt like, oh, because when Shaun left, I see some people saying, Wanni can rest now. No be every time acting as a maid, cooking food and doing that, And guess what? Not like she's complaining anyways. It's something she's just used to, because she started saying, who will she prepare breakfast for? You see, life no balance. So anyway, cheers, guys. Me, I'm gonna be dropping my voice right here and now. So see you guys later. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Please, guys, do not forget to subscribe and make sure your notification bell is steadily on. Bye, babies.